Animation. Born into a well-settled heavenly family farm, Krawan Apolline was unaware of his celestial ancestry throughout his youth. He often spent his days assisting his father Esther around the property, and would occasionally run errands for his mother Lani to and from the nearest town and neighboring homesteads. When there was little work to do, Krawan would study diplomacy in the home library, and a few spare hours would frequently dissolve into a day lost in ambitious exercise. His proud parents would sigh with a smile before waking Krawan early the next day to return to his duties. "Take this to Dr. Marsabel, my son," Krawan's mother asserts as she hands him a small weighted fabric pouch. "Hurry there and be back quick." Krawan had made this exact trip multiple times, and Dr. Marsabel was a well-respected member of the community. Krawan didn't always deliver gold to the doctor. It was mostly fruit, herbs, or as simple care packages, and today wasn't anything out of the ordinary. As Krawan follows the carved stone path to the old doctor's house, he notices a pair of golden horses parked outside. "Oh, the doctor must have some upscale visitors this morning," he thought to himself. Krawan accelerates his pace as he is always excited to meet new people. He is especially interested in coordinating a conversation with a couple of well-established characters. Krawan is about 50 meters away when he hears a yelp, followed by a heavy groan, and now with a piqued curiosity notices the lavish wooden front door torn off its hinges. Krawan is now in a full sprint heading towards the house. "Hello? Doctor? Is everything okay?" He approaches the entrance to hear a frustrated, raspy, burly question. "Ah! Where's the good stuff, you old bastard?" Clang, clink, clonk, as bottles are being thrown around inside. "What is this stuff, anyway? Huh? Why don't you label these, you old fart?" A second similar voice inquires. Krawan doesn't hesitate. He steps into the invaded home and announces himself. "Leave this place at once! Leave Dr. Marsabel alone. He doesn't have what you want." The two men pause, startled for a moment, until they see a young, scrawny acolyte standing in the hallway. The larger of the two clumsily scratches his wart-capped large red nose, sniffs, and points to the corner where the beaten, lifeless corpse of Dr. Marsabel now resides. Krawan screeches, now coming to notice these two heavily armored soldiers are swiftly plotting and treading in his direction. Before he can move, the second man grabs him by the shoulders, stuffs him down the stairs into the basement with one abrupt, consecutive motion. A few flashes of blurry black vision, and the two men are glancing over him, grinning and sniffing at each other. "Want to find out what these bottles do, Porky?" "Ha ha ha! Yeah!" the other replies. Then a thunk mixed with a squeak, followed by a donk to Krawan's forehead. The sounds continue but fade out as Krawan uncontrollably drifts into the back of his mind. "It's time to wake up, my child. You've changed so much. It's time to wake up, my child." The echoing angelic voice dances straight past Krawan's ears and settles in the middle of his head. "You've changed so much." Krawan coughs and sputters as he chokes to consciousness, and gasps for what feels like his last breath of air. He manages to choke down another breath before he opens his eyes to a rainbow-soaked shirt illuminating in a golden glow. Krawan chokes and shakes, struggling to breathe. He convulses on the floor, rattling the empty vials that surround him, and grasps at his throat. "Pledge to me, my child. Breathe again. You've changed so much." Krawan nods excessively in panic, acknowledging his untimely fate. Very well. The angelic voice giggles for a moment. It's time to wake up, my child. Whoosh! The beautiful black-winged celestial vanishes in acceptance. Krawan inhales a sharp, long wheeze. He closes his eyes and exhales slowly with relief. Krawan calmly awakes a few hours later. He sits up, pauses for a split second, then stands up, stretches, yawns, limbers up his legs, and steps towards the cellar door. With a swift twist to the left, Krawan sighs as he realizes the door is locked. Isaac. The voice rattles inside his head once more, this time leaving Krawan with a cold shiver down his spine. He nods affirmatively, and the heavy cellar door opens carefully. Krawan glances at the top of the stairs anxiously. He then turns around, grabs a few luminous vials from the floor, and a bundle of fancy silver-trimmed books, breathes in, then out, and heads home.